Hi everyone, it's Lee with Pig-Chicka-Cow-Cow. We get a lot of questions about our trailer when we go to competitions, and everyone wants to see inside, see what, see how we laid things out. There's a lot of people that are wanting to build trailers and trying to figure out, what to do inside, how to make it most efficient, how to make it not cost a lot. So what we have here is we bought a diamond cargo trailer. It's 8.5 feet wide by 20 feet long with the V-nose in the front. And we got an extra foot of height added to it, so it's 7 feet tall. I'm pretty tall, so I hit my head on a lot of people's trailers, so we went with the extra height. What you can see here, we got our sponsors back there, our own logo. Here's our power connection for whenever we go to the competitions. It's just a regular like RV or boat type connection. One of the things, another must-have, is we have some sway bars. So these are load leveling sway bars. They're Equalizer sway bars. I have a friend who does a lot of camping, and he recommended these, and I'm telling you, from the time versus driving without these and driving with these is like night and day difference. They're a little bit of a pain to hook up, but they make a huge difference. No matter your truck size, they make a huge difference when you're driving. We opted to have our man door on the front of the trailer. So the reason why I did this is we store the trailer off property in a storage lot. And what this allows me to do is this allows me to keep like the sway bars and stuff inside the trailer, all the wires and stuff inside the trailer. And then I can just, open up the door, put everything inside. As I get out of the driver's side of my truck, I can easily get in and out of the trailer without having to walk around to the other side. So a couple other things here. We have a drain connection down on the bottom there. I don't know if you can see it. And then this is some accessories we take. Like if we can't drain our gray water right to the ground, you need some sort of container to haul it over to the appropriate drainage location. Got a pump here. So this is just a 120 volt RV pump. Whenever we go to a competition that may not have permanent water hookups, we'll take that pump with us in a 55-gallon drum. I have a blue plastic 55-gallon drum that we use to store water in. And then we got our water connection on the side. And tires. Tires are a must. We've already went through a set of tires. We've only had this 2 years. But these are brand new tires we got from Mike Jones with Pit Pass BBQ. He's here in Orlando. But these are... love these tires. They're Carlisle HD. They're 12-ply tires, 80 psi. So they should hold up for a long time versus the cheap ones that come on the trailer. The back here, I have some Scissor Jacks that I had welded to the trailer, and once we get to a competition, we have those at each corner. You can kind of see the one up there in the front. So when we get to a competition, we'll wind out those jacks and level the trailer. And then typically we cook off the back gate, and I have some stab jacks, some legs on the trailer tailgate here that we'll put out and level those out, and we cook on the back. So everyone always asks me what these are, these walls that I have on the tailgate. So what these do is they're actually on hinges, and I just fold them out whenever we get to a competition, and they block the wind whenever so we have our 4 smokers that sit on the back of the tailgate here, and these walls actually block the wind. I went to a competition a year and a half ago, and the wind was blowing all night long, and it was blowing right in the intake of my smoker. So the temperatures were just all over the place, even with the temperature controller. And ever since I put these walls up, I really haven't had that problem again. So on the back here, we have this is just a Team Unknown foil bin. We use it to store some stuff on the back. Some things that you need at every competition: the fire extinguisher, paper towels, lights on the back here so we can see what's going on at night. So this is our water heater. This is EcoTemp water heater. A lot of people have these. Not this particular model. A lot of people have the other model that is dependent on your flow rate that will change your temperature. This one actually, it's 300 bucks. This one actually will set whatever temperature you want. So it modulates the burner. so that regardless of your flow rate, you get the same temperature out of it. And then I just hook it up to a 20-gallon or a 20-pound propane cylinder whenever we get to the competition. So it's right there is the connection for that. And then these two water connections down here are for a sink that we set on the outside of the trailer. So I don't like to clean a lot of the big pots and pans inside my trailer because I don't want to make a mess inside. So I prefer to clean them outside, and we can just, you know, hose everything down. And that's what that blue thing is just a hose that we hook up at each competition. So let's go inside. So the first thing, got refrigerator. There's our 20-pound propane bottle that we hook up for the water heater. Got some cabinets across the top. Sink with more paper towels. And we got a door that divides our kitchen area from like our sleeping area. And I'll explain more about that in a second. Got our Cambro, more cabinets. Our own foil holders for, you know, to keep some stuff in. Just keep it up off the counter, but close enough that we can get to it whenever we need to. And there's some nails up there. We hang the clock in the middle nail and then hang our timeline on the other nail. And you can see my cabinets are actually higher than your normal height cabinets because like I said, I'm pretty tall, and I don't want to be bending down over a low counter the whole time. So I actually picked up these cabinets off Craigslist for like $1,000 for all of them. And what I did is I actually cut the toe kick off and then built like a frame and then set the cabinets up on top of the wheel well underneath there. And it worked perfect. And then I put some hooks. You can see the eye hooks on there. The eye hooks allow me to strap the smokers in whenever we go from competition to competition. So go through here. Got some paper towels, paper plates and stuff. Plenty of paper towels. We try to keep all the light stuff in the upper cabinets here. There's actually nothing in this cabinet. This cabinet is completely empty right now. We actually, once we have clean sauce containers and stuff, we'll put them in there to store them to come back home. Spice grinder, coffee maker, knife honer. We got our sink, soap. Keep all of our gurus and dots and stuff in some bins in there. Sponges, more sponges than anyone could ever use. Just some cleaning supplies under here. And you see, I didn't actually put a P-trap on the sink because most of the time we're just draining out to outside, and you don't really need a trap because there's no sewer gases if you're just draining to outside. So here's our Cambro. Here's one tip is don't store your Cambro with the latches completely tight because it'll actually deform the gasket on the Cambro. So if you just kind of leave it loose like this, then, you know, the gasket will last a lot longer. And then, you know, also then it'll let your Cambro breathe while your trailer's in storage. You store a table behind, you know, in the little crack between the cabinet and the wall there. Pans, you know, our foil and stuff. We got our Semperforce gloves down there, one of our new sponsors. We got to get those guys, we got to get their logo out on the outside of the trailer. We typically keep our spices and stuff here, but since this is a YouTube video, I didn't want you stealing all my secrets, so no, I'm just kidding. We actually don't keep any spices in the trailer between competitions. We actually take them all in the house and vacuum seal them between competitions to keep them fresh. So where we store our trailer doesn't have power, so it gets pretty hot in there. Okay. So in this cabinet, you can see things just fell out. That's fat separators. There's our brisket cooker, the microwave. You know, I think everyone cooks their brisket in the microwave these days. Now we actually use the microwave to, you know, warm up all our sauces and melt some butter and stuff. Just random cups and paper plates and spoons and stuff. This is actually just trash bins, trash bags, and little vacuum cleaner. And then we got all of our woods. I actually keep my woods in these Folgers containers that I have holes in the top, have them all separated out. Just in case we lose power or something and we need to heat up sauces or melt butter, we got a Coleman stove in there. And this is kind of our junk cabinet with all our different wires and lights for outside. This is all pretty much all the outside stuff. Just more random crap that doesn't really have another home. So here we keep all of our, if we need to touch something hot, these are all, we put these underneath our gloves. They're just hot food handling liners. All our knives. A lot of people will leave their knives up on their knife block or, on their magnetic blocks like that. But I like to put them in here just to keep them from banging around. And I did it the most, the least safe way possible with the blades actually pointing up. But I'd rather have sharp knives when I get to a competition than worry about my safety. Spray bottles, squeeze bottles, shakers, and all this other stuff. Injectors, measuring cups, timers, Thermoworks, all that stuff. The other thing that's nice, we also got a Thermo Pen Holder up here in the wall. And I do that because it's good to just keep one close by all the time. So it's always within reach. So the reason why we did this door and we split the trailer down the middle is we actually bring our dogs with us to a lot of competitions. So they stay on that side and we stay on the kitchen side here. So if I go to the other side, got our beds, and then I got a shower. And that's the sink that we put outside to clean all of our pots and pans and everything. There's a small step there. The black thing right there is a step that we put up to get it up and down off the tailgate outside. A lot of people will always ask, like, hey, do you do your competitions with just one Cambro? And we actually use this other cooler to put all our pork in when it's cooked. The Cambro is a lot nicer because it slides in and out, but this cooler does just as well. Save your money and just use a cheap cooler. It'll work just as fine. First aid bin. This thing is surprisingly, well, unfortunately, I guess this thing has been used more than we really care to use it. Stored a couple other things up here. Charcoal. Got some buckets back here in the corner. You can see breaker box. So we have a breaker for the lights and all the receptacles, and then a separate breaker for the AC unit. We got a 10,000 BTU AC unit, and we did that on purpose because we wanted to make sure that we could run on 20 amps. Pretty much any competition we go to has at least 20 amps. And then a lot of times we'll put extra charcoal and stuff up here in the corner in the V-nose area. We store like, what do you call it? Our Easy Up tent and stuff we store underneath the bed. And what do we got? So in here, some towels, just, stuff for taking showers. Oh, all important right there, white roll. And then on this side, we got some stuff to level the trailer. We've got some Pig-Chicka-Cow-Cow shirts. If you see us at a competition and want a shirt, we got all those in here. What else? Spare tires in here. So you can kind of see this how laid out. There's two hooks there, one for each set of extension cords that we typically carry with us. Buy the heavy gauge extension cords because, you get less voltage drop and less of a chance that, you're going to trip a breaker if you have the heavy gauge extension cords. Mounted the thermostat for the AC unit in this side of the trailer so we can control it whenever we're at a competition. There's the AC unit we got. Picked up some cheap lights I think we got these at Costco. They're just LED lights, so they don't use a lot of energy. And basically when we bought this trailer, the whole, the walls were just the wood walls like this, and there was no ceiling in place. And we took all the walls off, insulated all the walls with the aluminum sided board insulation. We insulated the ceiling with the same stuff. Then we bought this really thin plywood and just screwed it up in place. And then we painted the floor. A lot of people actually put like tile or something down in their trailer, but what happens is water gets between it and it pretty much never gets out on these trailers, and nothing on these trailers are square. Everything is at some weird angle. So we actually just took some outdoor porch paint and we painted the floor. It seems to be holding up okay. We pretty much scrub it every competition. So try to keep it a little clean in here. And it smells terrible after a competition, so we're constantly, trying to keep things clean. You know, we added our own little touch here. So hope you guys enjoyed it. A lot of people ask, you know, what's inside, how to build one of these. You can do this for pretty cheap. We didn't spend a lot of money on this. I think, you know, we spent about $6,000 on the trailer and another $5,000, $6,000, like with all the cabinets and everything. We did all the work ourselves. And by no means a carpenter. It's by no means perfect. You know, you can see, like to have some trim up here, but you know, it's a barbecue trailer. It's not our house. So we come here and, you know, it's good enough to get us by what we need to do each week to cook some delicious barbecue. Hope this helps give you some ideas for building your own trailers. You know, I went through a ton of YouTube videos whenever I was building this out. Look at like tiny houses, or people call them trampers, where they buy a trailer and turn it into a camper. There's a lot of good ideas on the internet to, you know, help save space when you're dealing in a confined area like this. Have a good one, guys.